Hello and welcome to our training. My name is Carolyn Soldo. If you know me, welcome back to our classes. If you don't know me, I hope you'll enjoy the level of depth we provide in our training. I've been a business coach and consultant for over 10 years, and I specialize in helping you grow your business with the most powerful business scaling strategies. In this class, I will teach you our simple 3-step business optimization process and how to build your ultimate business growth plan. Specifically, we'll talk about how to optimize your business so it grows quickly online and literally without limits, and how you can use the same strategies that got us on the Inc. 5000 list in 12 months to set your business up for massive growth as well. Today we'll be talking a lot about the Inc. 5000 and the businesses who are ranked on this list and their strategies. So in case you're not familiar with the list and what the big deal actually is, let me show you what this means and what the qualifications are. So to qualify for the Inc. 5000, you need to be a privately owned company based in the US, and you need to be independent, so not a subsidiary or a division of another company. You need to have started earning revenue by March 31st of the first year, and you need to have had revenue no less than $100,000 in year 1 and $2 million in year 4. So they require a pretty big jump in revenue. Now in our case, we ranked 107th in 2019. So we generated a little over 120,000 in 2015, and then we shot up to 3.9 million in 2018. And today I'm sharing with you the exact shifts that I made to achieve this level of growth and how you can apply this system to your business too. Now, I know you're busy and you've probably been on many webinars, so I won't bore you with a long introduction or my life story. Instead, I want to make this worth every minute of your time and really get you the information you came here for as quickly as possible. I also won't sell you anything in this class. Instead, I'm going to tell you how you can get me to personally create what I call an ultimate business growth plan for your company, completely free of charge. Just because you're watching the training today, you qualify to let me create a business growth plan for your business. So we'll optimize every area of your company to make it grow quickly online. This is what we give our highest paying clients at the beginning of their work with us, so they stop wasting time and they start to grow quickly. It's valued at over $500, and it's the tool that we use to get on the Inc. 5000 list. And I'll tell you more about this a little bit later in just a bit. Now, before we get started, I need to begin by asking you a really important question. And that is, what is the single most important asset in your business? Think about this for just a minute, and I'll even give you a hint. Blank is more important than money. You can always get more money, but you can never get more blank. Well, if you guessed it's your time, then you're correct. But there is a problem. Having enough time to do everything in your business really is more difficult than ever, right? And the reason is that we've lost focus in this rapidly changing world that we live in. And the reason for that is one specific thing. It is the digital transformation of our world. Think about what's happening out there that's affecting your ability to grow your business every single day. Take a look at these numbers. If you look at these numbers, you'll notice that from 2018 to 2024, online advertising is expected to almost double, in spend. That means that you are being marketed to more than ever before. And in this environment, imagine all the competition that's competing for your market's attention. And I'm sure you already know this, but the digital transformation that we live in truly is massive. Look at this, from 2017 to 2024, the spending on digital technologies and services is estimated to climb from 0.96 to $2.39 trillion. That means you're living literally in the fastest changing business environment in history, and you have more options and tools than ever before. So what's the problem, right? Well, it's a trap for many business owners because they start to use what I call a confetti approach in their business. And when you use this approach, you're literally blinded by shiny objects, including the wealth of new tools and the tech that's out there that is constantly being marketed to you. And as a result, we lose focus on what's really important and what really matters. And then we jump from one idea to the next, and we look for quick solutions, and we experiment in our business, which is not the right thing to do. And in the end, we spend a lot of time on things that just don't get us what we want. We feel like we need to work even more, and it's a vicious cycle. And that's when many business owners will say, they feel like they have plateaued, they can't keep growing the way they have been doing business, and they are maxed out. So in an environment like this, the question you might be asking yourself right now is, how do you know what actually works for your business? How do you compete? How do you grow strategically instead of by trial and error? Well, the Inc. 5000 rank companies clearly know the secrets. And we're going to talk about a lot of their strategies, and specifically the simple 3-step business optimization system to stop the confetti approach and start to grow strategically. It's the same strategy used by the brands you'll find on the Inc. 5000 list. So let me show you a couple of examples. The first example is the Hoth in the online B2B consulting business. They are a SEO and digital marketing solutions provider, and they started in 2010. In 2021, they achieved 116% 2-year growth. But how many times do you think this SEO firm has made it on the Inc. 5000 list? 1 time? Maybe 2 times? 3 times? No, they made it 4 times in a row. That means they clearly have a system down, and it's not just a coincidence. They published an article on their website revealing their growth strategy, and here's what they said. First, we adopted a huge mindset shift from seeing blocks and limits to focusing on rapid growth. Second, we optimized our business strategically, okay? We evaluated the key areas of our business, and then we found specific fixes. Then we implemented the fixes, and we kept doing this to continually achieve massive growth. Specifically, here's what they did. First, they invested in marketing and focused on creating a system to automatically bring in customers and develop a relationship with them. They also automated their marketing with online ads. And then they built a value ladder to make customers buy more expensive services over time. They also used metrics and scorecards to measure their marketing precisely, and then they hired key team members to add value to ignored areas. And that's how they made it work. The next example is Revel in healthcare software. They offer software solutions to the medical industry. Now, guess how many times this company has been on the Inc. 5000 list? 3 times, right? 3 times. That means they clearly have a system down, and it's not just a coincidence either. They achieved a whopping 42% growth in their business. And here's what Revel did to grow fast. First, they invested in their team. They said, we've put a very talented team in place that not only understands the service we provide, but knows how to do it the right way for our customers. And then they also focused on innovative services. They said, we've added access to new products and services to keep up with the fast changes in our industry. And that is how they did it. And then, of course, here's what we have been able to achieve in our company. From 2017 to 2019, 3 years, we achieved growth over 3,000%, 3,179% revenue growth. Now, I want to pause for a moment right here and invite you to imagine having revenue growth of over 3,000%. And I know for some people this is just so far outside of the realm of possibility, but let's take it down to just 300% revenue growth. What would that mean for you and your business? How would that change things for you? Well, the challenge behind getting these results is that optimizing your business can be a bit tricky to get it right. But the good news is we're going to cover the nuances of how to optimize your business to grow easily online on this training here today. In fact, I'm going to cover exactly how I've been able to grow my business by over 3,000% in less than 3 years, and how to decide which strategies that you should model for your business. I'll cover the 4 biggest growth mistakes I see people make when deciding how to grow their business, and the things you absolutely must avoid doing. Plus, we're also going to cover how to get started and what your first steps should be after you go through this training here today. But just in case you're wondering if this is really going to work for you, I want you to know that what you're about to discover is something that my team and I have used in over 35 different markets, ranging from things like life coaches, business consultants, event planners, financial planners, agencies and speakers, therapists, acupuncturists, chiropractors, and the list goes on. And Whitney White is a great example. Whitney is a leadership and business consultant, and she came to us asking to systemize her business. She is the founder of a program called Take Back Your Time, and when her own business began to eat up her time, she couldn't grow anymore, then she came to us, and with our system, we've been able to add over $100,000 in B2C and B2B consulting work in less than 12 months for Whitney's business. So we literally doubled her revenue. But there's one thing we can never forget. And no matter how much money we make or how big our goals are, this is the most important thing. Our family, right? Do you agree? Well, you're on the right seat right now if you agree that the one thing that we need to make priority number 1 is our happiness and our quality of life. It's about the people we love, the freedom we have, and how we spend our time. So, what is the commonality across every single one of our examples? Well, it's a simple 3-step system that helped these businesses create a custom growth plan and allowed them to grow quickly online. And now the reason why most people don't get results, like the ones I shared from Whitney and Revel and Hoth, comes down to a few big mistakes. And so to keep things real, I'm going to give you my business as an example of how we made these mistakes and how they kept us stuck at about $100,000 in revenue, and how we were able to overcome these mistakes and break through our income ceiling. What I'd like to do right now is take a moment to walk through each of these 4 big mistakes. And I'd like to show you what the mistakes are and then walk you through what you should do instead. So at this time, I want you to have no distractions. Close down everything that's going on. We're going to cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and you are going to want to take notes and really write this down. So take something out you can take notes with and give this your undivided attention. Now let's dive right in, beginning with mistake number 1, which is starting with the wrong focus. Imagine for a moment you're building a house, okay, a new build. You are building a brand new home. And so when it comes to building a house, you start with a blueprint, right? That looks like this. And it considers the entire house as a whole entire foundation. And it doesn't just look at the windows alone or the roof by itself, it's a whole house. And it gives you a house that looks a little something like this. If you don't focus on the entire blueprint as a whole system though, and let's say you only worry about the stairs of the house, you run the risk of building a home that kind of looks like this. You can see here, I don't think any of us want this staircase leading to nowhere against the wall, right? Similarly, when it comes to growing your business, there's a very specific process you want to follow. You want to create a growth plan, a complete plan for your business. Because when you don't focus on the right things, you're building what I call a Frankenstein business, where you focus on shiny objects and isolated projects, and you don't take into consideration the entire business system. Imagine having a car with 2 steering wheels. Which direction are you going to go into, right? And then you'll have a business where the right arm doesn't speak to the left arm and things plateau or even get out of control really quickly. So what you need is a growth plan to give you focus. And you can see this is my team and I working on outlining a very specific plan with our clients. So it all begins by assessing the 6 core foundations of your business to find your strong points, to find your weaknesses, and then find out how you can optimize these areas before you rush into doing anything else. And I'll show you those 6 core areas in just a moment. But this brings us to mistake number 2, which is not knowing your business foundations. When you know your foundations, you know exactly how to make your business grow. And this is our optimization triangle and the only framework you need to grow any business quickly and almost without limits, because it has several advantages, and I'll share with you what those are. But first, this is how it works. Number 1 is to do an assessment of those 6 core functions in your business. And I'll show you these functions in just a minute. Number 2 is to find your fixes, right? You look at your strengths, your weaknesses, and your constraining factors in each of those 6 areas, and you find your fixes. And then you implement those fixes. Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, let's go a little deeper. What I'm going to do now is walk you through the 6 core functions on the optimization triangle and how this actually worked for my business. And so as we walk through those functions, I want you to really think about how you would go about optimizing your own business in each of these areas and what fixes would be ideal for you. And so each of these 6 functions is designed to grow your business fast. I also call them the levers of scale, because I know when I pull the levers, my business grows quickly and easily. Remember, our goal is to find your strengths, your weaknesses, and your constraining factors in each area. And then when we know the fixes, we can set your business up for massive growth. Function number 1 here is your best buyers and programs. Now, in every market, you have a range of buyers. Some are ideal for you, others are not. You also have a suite of services and offers. Some are more profitable than others. So you want to find that perfect combination. This function gave us about 5% growth, which really isn't that much because we already had our dream buyer and offer pretty much dialed in. So we decided to stick with our dream buyer and really focus on our best-selling offer to scale that up. Function number 2 is what I call your best bait, and that's your marketing message. Now, the marketing message shift gave us about 10% growth after we began to test various hook and twist combinations for our website and our funnels. For example, we tested the hook of grow your business with ease with the twist of why 60% of the things you do every day won't grow your business and what to do instead. And we tested that against why confetti marketing won't grow your business and what to do instead. And we chose the confetti marketing approach, and we moved that out into all of our communication channels. So we began to update our website, our email marketing copy, and even our social media messaging. Function number 3 is your lead generation. And now it got really interesting for us. Before optimizing this function, we really struggled with lead generation for several reasons. Number 1, it was very manual and very time consuming for us. Number 2, we had a lot of leads that were not qualified to work with us at all. And number 3, we had huge swings. So some months we had lots of leads coming in, others we had almost no leads coming in. So this function gave us about 20% growth after we decided to build what I call an online customer journey, and then we automated the entire online journey except the actual sale of our programs, of course, and that's how we were able to grow our business quickly. So as a result, we were able to generate over 100 sales calls per month with consistency, and we also saved about 20 hours a week that someone was spending on social media, including Facebook and LinkedIn. And we were able to boost our close rate to almost 30% because the leads were much warmer and they were already pre-sold. Function number 4 is your sales system. Your sales system includes the process by which a lead becomes a client. And you want to be able to chart out this entire process and manage it with a software and systems. And you also want to make sure you're tracking your sales with metrics, right? So before optimizing this function, we really struggled with our sales in various ways. Number one, we lost opportunities because we did not follow up with everyone. Number two, we didn't close as many sales because we didn't have good systems in place. And number three, we were blindsided because we didn't measure or track any of our sales metrics. So this function gave us another 20% growth when we began to chart out what the sales process actually looks like for our leads, and then we purchased software to begin to track our sales and really measure our performance. And with that, we grew our business by another 20%. We closed more sales. By following up more consistently, we boosted our performance with our metrics, and we were able to save time by using sales software. Now let's look at function number 5. It's all about extending customer value. This includes the process by which you boost how much you can earn from a customer by either raising your prices slightly, extending your programs, offering recurring plans, offering upgrade plans, and more. Before we optimized this function, we knew that one of our biggest issues was losing clients. They completed our programs and then they left us. They were happy, but we always had to replenish our client base. So this function gave us another 20% growth when we created 2 new offers, including a high-level mastermind and an extension program to increase customer value. And last but not least, function 6 includes your people and procedures. People make your business grow. When you have the right people doing the right things, it's like magic. And I'm sure you know what it's like when you have to do it all yourself, and your time is limited and you can't grow your business that way. Once we saw the growth in the other areas, we knew we could achieve even more by hiring great people. So we hired 5 sales team members and a manager and 2 new coaches to take on the increased leads, sales calls, and clients. And that's when we created our procedures library that quickly helped everyone get on the same page, train, and know what they were supposed to do. Now, just to make sure you see why this is so important, let's assume you only focus on 1 or 2 of those areas in your business. What could happen in that case? Well, if you boost lead generation, but then you have no time to take sales calls, it's not going to work, right? Or if you hire new team members, but you have no procedures in place, you can't train them well. And what if you invest in ads, but your messaging is off? It's not going to work either. And that brings us to mistake number 3, which is using the wrong tools. I found this photo online that made me laugh. It's a woman who is using probably the right tools for the job, but not in the right order. She has a drill and a hammer, and she's using the hammer to make the drill work. So it's a little all over the place, right? So the reason I share this is because I see this happen all the time. Business owners do a massive amount of experimentation, especially in their first 5 years in business, and they end up using the wrong tools for the job. For example, I see people try to market their business without a customer journey or without automation. Or they hire a team without procedures in place, and then they have a hard time managing them. Or they generate leads, but then they don't know how to convert them into clients. And this is a big mistake that leads people to think that their business can grow, and they feel burnt out and they're overwhelmed, and it's all because they're using these band-aids instead of real solutions. So the cure, again, is your customized growth plan. It's based on a thorough assessment of your business and your goals. And for years, I've seen business owners struggle really unnecessarily, and it's frustrating to see many sacrifice things like their health and their families in the process. I know this can sound overwhelming, and that's why we've created the business optimization template for you and for our clients. It's our most powerful tool to help clients quickly analyze their business and find their exact action steps. And I've told you about this template in the beginning of the webinar, and now you understand how important this really is. This template includes all 6 core functions, and it's going to help you illuminate what your fixes should be. And because you're here today, you qualify for a business growth session where we review your business growth plan together, find your fixes, and create your action steps. And I'll tell you more about how to access these resources in just a moment. Now, here's our last mistake. Mistake number 4, and that is no implementation. Have you heard of the term pig-headed discipline? Well, it refers to really the most important skill of a business owner. And that is your discipline and how committed you are. In my experience, what really stands in our way and what holds us back from our full potential is usually not some external force, such as competition or the marketplace. It's rather our own inability to say no to the things that distract us from our most profitable activities, and our inability to say yes to only those activities that produce the results that we seek. So we're always blinded by these shiny objects, and we're not able to really discipline ourselves and focus on the right things. And this happens to all businesses over time. They have great intentions, but then life gets in the way, or they lose their motivation, their drive, and their belief to discipline themselves. And then we're back to where we started in the confetti business approach. So we have to fight the confetti trap. We have to fight it to take our time and our success back. And the solution again is your execution plan. So here's what you need to do next. Once you're done assessing the 6 core functions, you are equipped to create your execution plan, which will move you into powerful action and keep you focused and accountable. Your execution plan only includes your top priority fixes. You might end up with 5 core projects that will move the needle the most, and then you can start to move those into action. And now this becomes totally doable and overseeable for you, right? For example, you might decide that you want to test your messaging and maybe create a webinar funnel with YouTube ads by Q1. Maybe then you'll establish your sales system by Q2. You might hire sales representatives and maybe create sales procedures by Q3. And then lastly, you'll create your client extension program by the end of the year. Again, these timelines and items are just examples, but I want you to see how you can extract the most powerful action steps from this exercise and then go into execution. And right now you might be wondering, where do I really start and how do I optimize my business? And I have some really good news for you, because we've made it super simple and free for you to get started. We know this process can be overwhelming when you're trying to do this on your own. And that's why we've created our business optimization process that we use with our clients to assess their business strategically. And I've told you about the template and the growth call a few times during this webinar, and now you understand how important this really is. It includes all 6 core functions and even more detail that will help you quickly illuminate what your fixes should be. And now I want to show you how you can access these resources right now. But one more question for you. I want to ask you, what do you think is possible for you with the optimization triangle? Could you double your business? Maybe 10x it? And what does that really mean for your revenue, right? Write that number down on a piece of paper right now so you don't forget. And if you're still skeptical that this is exactly what you need, well, let's take a look at a few more benefits here. Number 1, you will eliminate any blind spots you have, because you are now looking at your business as a whole system and not like a Frankenstein business where you can make some costly mistakes, for example, right? You also don't have to worry about limitations or having full scalability in your business, because you're not building a business like this chair that has some pretty good legs and a good backrest, but no seat. And you're also not wasting any time or wasting any money, because your fixes are laser focused and all you need to do is implement those fixes to achieve your goals. And of course, this is not a fad or a hype or any kind of cookie cutter method, because this is targeted to your business alone. It's tried and tested and something you can use literally year after year, and as your business grows, you'll find new fixes and new ways to optimize your business even more. And that's how you see some companies make the Inc. 5000 list 3 and 4 years in a row. And once you know the system, you will stick with it because you'll see how powerful it really is. So let's pick your fixes. Of course, you have to pick the right fixes for your business. And if you're ready to get some help with this, here's a quick reminder of what we have available for you because you're watching today. Now, if you'd like me to personally help you with your fixes, recommend the right fixes for your business, and create what we call your ultimate business growth plan for your business free of charge, here's what you should be doing right now. To get your free ultimate business growth template and your growth session with us, all you need to do is text your first name, your email, and the keyword optimize to the number you see on the screen right now. It's 1-518-692-6031. Or you can scan the QR code with your phone and follow the link that pops up to your business growth template and all of the resources. And when you text us, you'll receive a little message back in just a few minutes with all the information you need. So let me wait a few seconds here for you to take care of this right now. Everyone ready to go? Perfect, great. So let's keep going. Oh, and one more thing, in case you don't have a phone and you'd rather use a link, all you need to do is go to carolansoldo.com/grow to access your growth template, to schedule your growth call, and to get all the resources right now. And then it's really simple. Here's what you're going to get. Step number 1 is to complete your growth template. Step number 2 is to send it back to us. And step number 3 is to come to your growth call, and we'll pick your fixes and talk about your growth plan together. Again, here's what to do. Text your first name, your email, and the keyword optimize to the number on the screen. It's 1-518-692-6031. Or you can get your phone, open the photo app, and scan the QR code you see right here. It's going to give you a link. When you follow the link, you'll be able to access all of your resources. Let me wait just one more second here for you to take care of this right now. And if you'd rather use a link again, the link to get your resources is simply carolansoldo.com/grow. Now, in case you're wondering who this is really perfect for, there are 4 key requirements we have for you. Number 1 is that you should be a coach, a consultant, a financial planner, an attorney, maybe an agency owner, someone in health and wellness, basically a service-based business. You also should be established in business. Now, your size doesn't matter, but if you're not already in business or if you're brand spanking new, this process will not work for you. It's not the right time for you. You also need to be 100% committed to your goals, right? Remember the pig-headed discipline. That's what we want you to do. And then number 4, you need to be ready to say goodbye to the quick fixes, the overnight fixes, and the work more mentality. And instead of the confetti and the working more, we want you to focus on everything strategically. And this is who this is not for. Again, if you're a complete startup or you're not in business yet, meaning you have no business, this will not work for you. Also, if you're not willing to go really deep, this is not for you. And again, if you're looking for overnight success, that's not what we can promise. But keep in mind, time is of the essence. I want you to take advantage of this right now. Our business growth template is available for free until next week. And our business growth calls are limited. Right now, we have approximately 10 spots left in the next week or 2. So make sure you take care of this right now. If you haven't done so, here's one last chance for you to get yourself on the list and get yourself booked in with our team. Text your first name, your email, and the keyword optimize to the number on your screen, or simply scan the QR code and it'll give you a link to get all of your resources. Now, I have one final word of wisdom for you here today. This is so important right now because you simply don't have time to experiment with 1,000 new things. And you don't want 1,000 new ideas or the latest hack or fad or whatever method you see online. You want a customized plan that will take you where you want to go. Do you agree? Well, if you do, then I look forward to seeing you during your business growth call. This brings us to the end of our presentation today. I truly hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this served you, and I look forward to meeting you on your business growth call very soon.